It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Checking out the Magic, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And the Orlando Magic, 7 years removed from the Dwight Howard era, still rebuilding. Kenny, what the heck's going on there?
You know what? 7 years from Dwight Howard, probably 17 years from our good friend, Shaquille O'Neal. And they're still having a tough time. The longest drought in franchise history.
You know, they haven't had star talent. Without stars, Kenny, you know this, it's hard to win.
Yeah.
Time now for tip-off. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. You take a look at the Raptors. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
And for the Raptors, they've gotten off to a terrific start this year. We knew they were capable of playing terrific basketball, and so far, they have not disappointed.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in a power forward position.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Now here is Augustine. Outside Fournier. There's the triple. Drops in the tray. Fournier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Well, tonight a battle between two very talented front courts, Doris. This could get pretty physical.
Well, this is a night, Kevin, to me, where the officials could dictate the level of physicality. They know that both teams have big, burly guys up front, that these guys like to engage physically, and so how is the game officiated? Particularly at the start, that could set the tone for what could be a cage match.
Personally, do you like those kind of games, Doris?
I like a certain level of physicality, Kevin. I do think that we've cleaned up the perimeter game. I think officiating is such a nuanced deal that the best officials understand innately how something should be called.
And Toronto has possession. Magic knocking down the tray. Lowry can't get it to go. Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Augustine against Lowry. Augustine passes to Vucevic. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And right now, they have all the momentum. I mean, just look at the score.
No, there's no doubt. You can see it. The lead continues to grow. They're not slowing down. I love the pressure they're applying.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 8th in scoring, 9th in three-point field goal percentage. And he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Dishes it to Gordon. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The pass to Leonard. Ross with the steal. Gordon inside. Green against Fournier. Back to Ross. 90 that time from Leonard.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And the basket by Lowry.
Well, that's Kyle Lowry, the burst of speed to beat everyone up the floor and leaves no doubt with the finish.
On offense, here are the Magic. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Back to Augustine. And here's Gordon. 20 points for him last game against New York.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
Ross against Leonard. Ross finds Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Some nice ball movement by the Magic.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Leonard, no luck.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
Lowry against Augustine. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Now here is Lowry. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
Boy, nice defensive play. Altered the shot, then stayed right there to clean up the glass.
And this Toronto team has started to depend on threes more often for their offense.
You're right, Kevin. They went from being near the bottom of the league in threes attempted to top 5 in attempts this past year. And a lot of that is the green light to shoot from the wings that they have. It's another dynamic to an already potent scoring machine.
Here's Leonard, following the basket by Evan Fournier. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I'll tell you, the feed puts them in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, he said it was all about taking advantage of what the defense gives them tonight and not forcing things. He said the team that beats us more often than anyone is ourselves. When we lose focus, it's very difficult for us to win. It's something I stressed to the guys on the way to the arena. See if they heard him, Kevin. Back to you.
David, thank you. Sounds like shooting is what he's concerned with most early on.
Yeah, they're looking for a controlled, patient offense today, and the key to that will be shot selection.
Well, I think that means they need everyone being decisive out there. Make strong, quick decisions at the offensive end.
Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. The Raptors in second.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 10-point game. Fades away. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now here is Augustine. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Lowry with the ball. Here's Leonard. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Leonard's got his second bucket.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Augustine against Lowry. To the inside. Vucevic. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here is Lowry. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Here's Leonard, and the Raptors tack on 2 more. Orlando leading by 6. Augustine with it. Lowry picks him up. Augustine passes to Vucevic. Ross kicks to Gordon. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gordon's got 5 now.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Bounce pass from Lowry. Leonard finds Lowry. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Outside Gordon. Out left to the wing. To the middle. Ross, that's good. Ross has got his first basket of the night.
Well, what an excellent finish by Terrence Ross. The defense giving him a very hard time, but he was determined.
Augustine against Lowry. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Lowry. 8 points for Leonard.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Doors when the light finally goes on for a young guy. So fun to watch. Younger players who've got all the talent and all the world right in front of them, but yet haven't put it all together just quite yet.
It's amazing to me how quickly we can give up on a young guy who maybe doesn't find success right out of the gate. But the reality is you have to remember, player development is the lifeblood of this league. Maybe now more than ever with the current state of the salary cap. So a little patience as a fan base goes a long, long way.
Smart play there. Well-timed roll to the basket. Bamba's got intelligence off and on the court.
Raptors trail by 9. Van Vliet looking around. Outside Leonard. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Grant kicks to Gordon. Good work defensively by Monroe.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
Now, here's Grant. 11 points for him in that last game against New York.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Passes it to Isaac. Kicks to Bamba. Grant outside. He had Simmons atop the key. 5 on the clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Jonathan Simmons, the explosive wing player, went undrafted but has earned a spot in the NBA after a strong couple of years in the G League. Now he's established himself as a potent offensive player.
That's good from Simmons. And for Simmons, when he was in the G League, he developed, Greg, his playmaking.
Yeah, spent some time at point guard at that level, and I think it helps him in terms of finding ways to create shots for himself. He's definitely, though, at his best when the ball is in his hands. Not so much a spot-up player, but he can create offense for a team in a hurry.
So he gets them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Monroe outside. Wright against Gordon. Wright finds Valanciunas. In the corner, Wright with it. Over Gordon. Here's Valanciunas. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Simmons with it. Now Wright defending. Pass to Bamba. Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Wright. Shots good by Simmons.
This guy's such a physical player. Even when you put contact on Jonathan Simmons, he keeps his momentum and focus.
Monroe outside and stolen by Simmons. Here's Bamba. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Greg Monroe. How last month turned out for him. He's getting around 8 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And the first one drops.
And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
And the Magic making a change here. Martin's checked in. And so he hits both. And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
Count it.
They are just killing him on the interior.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Outside, Simmons. There's the dish to Bamba. Over Valanciunas. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Here's Monroe. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. And Monroe, the bucket on the assist by Wright.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Here's Grant taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. With 2 seconds left, and the layup is good.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for Orlando. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammates.
You come in every day. Guys in the gym every single day. So I used to think that I was always the hardest worker, but, you know, just coming to see guys, the amount of work that they put in, trying to get better each and every day.
And, Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Well, the assist total is skyrocketing at this point. Actively looking to set up their teammates. I'll tell you, love the way they're playing.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Orlando, Martin is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Grant. And it's Bamba in at the center position. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Grant. They get a hand on it. And now Isaac running the floor all by himself. Count that one. And it's an 11-point Orlando lead.
You know what? You cannot afford to be careless with the basketball around Jonathan Isaac. Those long arms to get into the passing lanes. Woohoo!
Pass to Monroe. Over Martin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Not a lot to be happy about with the Magic last season, but they did see some improvement in some of their players.
You know what, Kevin? I think you saw Aaron Gordon make a big leap, and I don't think he was alone. Guys like Evan Fournier and other wings also continue to develop their games. If there was one silver lining for a very difficult season, that would have to be it.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Monroe. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it has always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo Showtime type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys.
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. Here's Isaac, and he uses the glass on the layup. Isaac's got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And right, here we go. That one, no good. Great D that time from Martin. Simmons passes to Martin. Here's Grant. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Raptors trail by 11. Wright looking around. And it's Van Vliet, top of the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now the pass to Valanciunas. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Valanciunas has got 7 points in the game.
Well, Kevin, it takes great confidence in catch-and-shoot situations, and you can see how comfortable Valanciunas is in that opportunity.
Here's Grant. And yes, it's good. He's got 8.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors, trailing by 10. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta, where they'll take on the Hawks. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Toronto calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Evan Fournier's checked in for Simmons, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. Fournier dishes to Martin. He kicks to Ross. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Raptors trail by 8. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Wednesday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
To the wing right side. Outside Fournier. Back to Augustine. Ross in the corner. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got 9 assists now tonight. Raptors trail by 11. Now here is Lowry. He has 6. Pass to Siakam. And the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver, who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Here's Martin, tries again, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot, behind the lanes.
You think about the Orlando Magic and how difficult things were from a rebounding perspective last year. dead last in defensive rebounding percentage. Listen, if you can't close out possessions, you are digging your own grave in the NBA.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Toronto. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And checking out Orlando, 8 games out.
And right now for the Magic, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
Yeah, they can't really afford to slip any farther down in the standings because, let's face it, they don't have the firepower to dig themselves out of too deep a hole once they're in it.
And Doris, when you look at the Magic roster, you think they'd be better at rebounding?
Well, I think, Kevin, a lot of people assume when you have big bodies that rebounding necessarily follows. The reality is there's an art to rebounding the basketball, and there were struggles across the board for this team. Let's make no mistake. Whether it was offensively, whether it was the rebounding that you made note of, there are a lot of areas that this team and organization needs to address.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. He dishes it to Vucevic. In the corner, it's Martin. Trying his luck deep. The shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
Vucevic, rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Three-pointer, Lowry scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
It took a lot of work for Kyle Lowry to become this dangerous from three-point land, and downtown is one terrific option among many for this guy.
Pass to Augustine. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Leonard kicks to Siakam. No good on the 3. Orlando leading by 11. Down low. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And now let's check in on the 2 guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. You look at Green, 5th in the NBA, very crafty player.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Effective doesn't begin to describe this crew. Their defensive skills are game-changing, and it isn't just the steals. It's the ability they have to get in their opponents' heads and force them into bad decisions.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Martin. Lowry passes to Siakam. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. You know, a skill that doesn't show up in the box score, the drawing charge calls. In your opinion, there are, I'm sure, a lot that you think are the best at it.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, sometimes this comes at a cost physically that you have to be willing to absorb. I've seen Marcus Smart take a charge from LeBron James. Ooh. That's 6'8", 250-plus pounds coming at you full speed. Kemba Walker, Draymond Green. But, Kevin, you know this. When you draw a charge, you have essentially given yourself an extra possession, and you've put the opponent at a detriment because it's a foul against that player who's committed it.
Means a lot. And it's Gordon missing.
Now, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Pass to Siakam. And again, Toronto no up. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. At one point, they led by 16. Ross kicks to Augustine. Now the pass to Fournier. Kept alive. Here's Gordon. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And this, to me, is where Aaron Gordon can excel. This guy embraces contact on the way up.
First trip to the line for him here.
And on the season, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
First free throw is good.
Well, think about the Toronto Raptors last year. 59 wins in the regular season, which was a franchise high. Won the Atlantic for the 4th time in 5 years. And then it comes to an end with a thud, losing to the Cavaliers in the playoffs. Brutal.
That one misses. And for the Raptors, swept by the Cavs in the postseason, Doris, for the 2nd consecutive year.
It's getting painful. Swept twice, defeated for the 3rd straight time by the same team. And you think about the Raptors, a team that geared up and changed things to try to avoid it, and it still happens. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Ibaka right side. Can't hit that one.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Off target from the baseline.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Passes to Siakam. It's stolen by Vucevic. And Augustine with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Augustine's got 7 points.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Lowry up top, guarded by Augustine. Feeds it to Leonard. Lowry inside the line. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Lowry's got 9 points now in the quarter. Magic leading by 10. Outside Fournier. Vucevic up top, unloads from the top of the key. He buries it. 12 points for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Inside, stolen by Gordon. Ross passes to Augustine. And he's good on the 3-ball. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 assists. Raptors trail by 15. Outside Lowry. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Kevin, you want to talk about locked in. Kyle Lowry on a mission right now.
Lowry against Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. Fournier in the corner. Shot clock at 5. And it's Gordon missing. So for the Magic, their last game, a loss to New York.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yeah, I think there has to be better communication. All 5 guys tied together. And what happened to them is what happens when you play lackluster defense.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Over Ibaka. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, that's all you can do as a defender. Vucevic really showing strides, nailing contested shots.
Lowry finds Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. Orlando leading by 10. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Augustine. This is to Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Now, this guy is a crafty scorer. If Vucevic starts to cook, fellas, look out.
We've got 28 seconds left now here in the second. The pass to Green. The three from Leonard. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Ball stolen. Right side Lowry to the middle. Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Boy, Kyle Lowry can be so creative sometimes. You think the window's too tight, but he finds a way.
Drains the three-pointer. And so it's the Orlando Magic. 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Steve Clifford. Steve, what's the focus going into the second half?
The big thing is they've got so much offense, and they have so many guys who come in and score. You got to play every possession defensively, and it's got to be every single possession.
Coach, thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. Nikola Vucevic on fire in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Magic leading by 13. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden. Well, Steve Clifford takes over here in Orlando, and of course he is known for his frankness and his disciplined approach to the game. You think about Clifford's teams, they rarely make unforced errors and are some of the best at minimizing their own mistakes.
Augustine against Lowry. Passes it to Fournier. Augustine in the corner. Fournier trying to break loose. Augustine, no luck.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. At one point, they led by 16. The feed to Vucevic. Fournier against Green. Pass to Gordon. 6 to shoot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Gordon's got 8 points.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Augustine against Lowry. To the inside. Vucevic with the block.
Well, the reach, the timing, Vucevic using all of that 7'4" wingspan to turn that shot away.
And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Orlando leading by 15. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Augustine kicks to Ross. Gordon inside. He's covered by Leonard.
You know, 2 things happen there. Excellent coverage on the shot, and then finish the possession securing the boards.
3-pointer. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the paint. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Kicks it to Leonard. That's tipped. Over Ross. And it's Leonard missing. The Magic have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Over to the wing. To the inside. Gordon. Down low. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 4 this quarter.
I'd like to see more of this from Evan Fournier. He's proven he has the size and touch to score inside.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, you just have to love the skill Vucevic shows on the offensive end. I mean, he can erupt for big scoring nights if you don't keep him in check, and it gives you a little bit of everything from an offensive standpoint.
The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Augustine against Lowry. Floats one. Siakam passes to Ibaka. Leonard kicks to Van Vliet. Just 5 to shoot. Lowry for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Guys, Vucevic doing more shooting from range the last couple of years, further improving his versatile offensive game.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he got his points by going to work on the block. Still can do that, but now prefers to float outside and stretch the defense. Very soft touch on that jump shot, no matter if it comes from inside or out.
Lowry misses from close range.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Lob pass to Gordon. Augustine up top. 10 points for him. Orlando moving the ball around. Vucevic trying to get open. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, I'll tell you this. He is a relentless scorer at this point, Aaron Gordon. He is not afraid of taking contact.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game. OG Anunoby's checked in for Kyle Lowry.
1 shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good. Gordon.
Well, there's a versatility and a fearlessness about which Aaron Gordon goes about his business. This guy can be an effective 2-way player who's got to keep working on the defensive end.
Here's Leonard. And just miss after miss right now. The Magic leading by 22. Knocked away. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 1, the Raptors.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Puts it up off the inbound, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Back to Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Fournier. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And here's Leonard. Clock at 6. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And Ross with the slam.
Boy, there aren't many who can finish better at the rim on the move than Terrence Ross. How about the finish?
It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening don't look good.
Here's Fournier. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Leonard. Misses off the right iron. Orlando's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Fournier. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Over Ross. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 21.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And with Kawhi in this past summer, his health was such an unknown quantity during trade talks. Now that we know that Kawhi is a full go, it looks like a great deal for Toronto. Casts a bit of a shadow and doubt over Kawhi's last year in San Antonio, but it is what it is at this point.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon. Simmons checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. Knocks it loose.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Grant outside. Inside, it's stolen by Valanciunas. 4-on-3 break. Here's Wright. That's tipped.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
On defense, Orlando. Outside Leonard, and Toronto turns it over again. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Friday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Knocked loose. Leonard with the steal. He feeds it to Wright. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 6th assist on the night.
I tell you, coaches love those high percentage looks in the paint.
Grant finds Simmons. Over Wright. The Magic again can't hit.
Yeah, bad shot there. The trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Now here's Grant, guarded closer. The dish to Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
Yeah, and that 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority.
Here's Leonard. The shot will not fall. And Orlando will come the other way. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That's the first of 6 played on the road.
Ooh, with a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. He kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Van Vliet. The pass to Leonard. Here's Monroe, and it's sent back by Isaac.
You can see the long wingspan of Jonathan Isaac coming into play, twice on the pipes.
They get the rebound, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So a moment now to see the story on Mohamed Bamba. He's really stood out for them over the past month. 7th in steals, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. No good on that one. One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. Boy, the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, how about the former G League standout and how long away he has covered? Jonathan Simmons, hungry to prove himself. This guy is young, but a remarkable competitor.
Leonard kicks to Monroe. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Grant. Here's Isaac. Yep, that one goes. Isaac's got 6 points. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the Raptors miss again.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Grant down low. Monroe on him. And it's Gordon missing. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Danny Green, he's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. A difficult situation for Toronto. Now, Wright. 6 points for him. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus, not good.
And for the Raptors, they're shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Leonard looking around. Outside, Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
41 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Valanciunas grabs the board. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And the wide open shot from Green. He trains the quick shot. Green's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
Grant against Wright. And here is Grant. 8 points for him. Right side, Gordon. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Monroe. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. No good that time. And so it's Orlando closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Simmons is out there with Grant, and it's Isaac in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Valanciunas dishes to Lowry. Out to the right wing. Green passes to Wright. Got a piece of it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad, and I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. Gordon with the defensive effort. Magic leading by 22. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Isaac with the ball.
This is a very confident young guy. Jonathan Isaac feels like he belongs in the NBA. Welcomes the contact in that instance. What we know about Jonathan Isaac is he's got incredible length coming out of Florida State. And the team knew, guys, that it would take some time to develop because he's so young. But with that frame and the potential his offensive game has, he can be scary in the future.
Siakam is checked in for Toronto.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
That's good from Isaac. And Doris with Isaac, unfortunately, he missed a lot of his rookie year to injury.
Well, it was a disappointment for the young man, to be sure, Kevin. But he talked to Aaron Gordon about dealing with the injury and that lost time. Let's remember, Gordon went through the same situation as a rookie. He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
The Magic again can't hit. A little over 1.5 minutes of the fourth quarter gone now. To the middle, here's Lowry, and he makes good on the layup. Lowry's got 19 points.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
Outside, Simmons. Over Wright. The Magic again can't hit. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Grant against Wright. Grant surveying the D. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Count that one from Isaac.
Wow, how about the focus from the big man? Jonathan Isaac comfortable in the paint.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Lowry kicks to Green. Here's Valanciunas. Tries yet again, and it's blocked by Gordon. And he's able to get it back. And that one is good. Grant with the ball. And Doris, last summer we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Oh, okay. I've recorded that comment.
I'll tell you, he gets into terrific post position. The entry feed is right where it needs to be.
Passes it to Isaac. Tipped away. It's stolen by Lowry. And now Lowry running the floor all by himself. Simmons against Wright. Back to Lowry. Here's Siakam. It's deflected. Grant against Lowry. Grant outside. Pass to Gordon. 13 feet away. Count that one.
Well, the rise and fire from Aaron Gordon in the mid-range, it's almost unguardable at this point.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Lowry kicks to Wright. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Ross kicks to Gordon. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Raptors trail by 20. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Here's Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 9 assists now tonight.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
Green against Fournier. Augustine in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
And the basket is good. 23 points for Leonard.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Chalk up 2 there. 17 points for Aaron Gordon.
Well, I love the concentration. Simply stated, when Aaron Gordon is this locked in, he is very difficult to deal with.
Here's Augustine, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Gordon finds Fournier. Now here's Gordon. High post Vucevic over Ibaka. Rebound Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Shoots. Orlando grabs the miss. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Here's Ross. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Terrence Ross, Doris, one of the more athletic wingmen in the league.
Right, Kevin. This guy's got great reach and frame for the position he plays, and he's always been able to dazzle at times, but he can also disappear. So this guy has got to find that ability to get involved and stay active.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Ross.
One thing you have to consider if you're the Orlando Magic is finding some level of consistency. And I mean that both in terms of the roster and the coaching staff. To me, when there's a lot of turnover in both of these departments, it can take its toll on an organization, and we've seen that with Orlando.
And so he hits both. As you said, Doris, a lot of coaching and personnel changes for the Magic recently.
Well, think about it, Kevin. 4 different head coaches since 2015, and that doesn't even include the interim coaches. You know, to me, you've got to have a direction and approach that is consistent year after year. If you're going to have any measure of stability, it has to come from the top down.
Fournier against Green. Gordon dishes to Fournier. And a miss there on the triple. Raptors trail by 18. Outside Lowry. Pass to Siakam. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
Orlando leading by 18. Augustine, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Ross against Green. Ross with the steal. They double him with Green. From deep three-point range. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Raptors trail by 20. 20 feet out. Augustine grabs the board. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for Orlando. Now here is Augustine. It's stolen by Ibaka.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
And the Raptors miss again. Magic leading by 20. Ross kicks to Augustine. Now the pass to Vucevic. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
You have to admire the confidence of Nikola Vucevic. This close, he's focused on putting 2 on the board.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Augustine passes to Gordon. Back to Augustine.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart. Can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
Well, after the Raptors fell short of their goals last season, you knew they were going to be changing some things up.
Well, obviously the first big move was moving on from Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And you think about Dwayne had brought the best years this franchise had seen, and they still felt it was time for a shift. Now, it's not necessarily his blame. Sometimes you just need to hear a new voice when you've ended in the playoffs the way they have over the last several years.
The free throw drops for Augustine. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right, making an investment in your future. Understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can.
Toronto calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
They increased his role tonight after dropping their last game, and the move paid off. He's been the best player on the court by far, and now they don't have to worry about a losing streak. Toronto with the ball. Siakam. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Outside Fournier. Back to Vucevic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Nikola Vucevic has done a great job of improving, Doris, his playmaking ability as a center.
And it's the way the league is moving. More and more centers are acting like playmakers. Vucevic, one of them. This guy has upped his assist average in each of the last 5 years. Incredible.
And he's good on the second. Doors with a more punitive luxury tax. Draft picks with their cost-controlled salaries never more important than they are today.
No doubt, Kevin. I think teams are very hesitant to part with first-round picks because they have been critical. But I think you also have to consider the second-round picks as being valuable assets. Think about the Golden State Warriors. In each of the last 2 years, they have purchased for money a second-round pick from another organization, and both times those players ended up being critical parts of the rotation. Every draft pick, first or second round, has value.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And the Kawhi Leonard drama finally came to an end last offseason with a trade that sent him from the San Antonio Spurs north to Toronto.
And you have to wonder, is this a high-priced one-year rental for Kawhi? Before the trade, Kawhi made it known that he wants to play in L.A. Toronto has a lot to offer, but hard to compete with the idea of what he and LeBron might be able to accomplish playing together.
Ross against Leonard. Inside. Here's Vucevic, and he banks in the layup. Vucevic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Orlando making some changes. Jarrell Martin's checked in for Gordon. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. A new group in now for the Raptors. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Ibaka. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Wright, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Count that one from VanVleet.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Magic.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost him, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Vucevic.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Ross finds Vucevic. Grant with the ball. He tries for 3. Rebound by Monroe.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
Leonard the pass to VanVleet. Here's Monroe. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Well, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
Outside, Simmons. Martin kicks to Grant. To the inside. Ross passes to Grant. Puts it up from 17. Not enough on that one as it misses. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Evan Fournier. Hey, Evan, does a win like tonight's against this kind of competition show you how far you've come as a team?
Yeah, sure. You know, we obviously showing progress, but we want to be a very good team. We are very ambitious.
Nothing wrong with a little ambition, Evan. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.